Welcome back. Well, in this video, we are going to create a SQL data warehouse, uh, formerly known as SQL data warehouse. As I said in the previous video, we can still create a SQL data warehouse. Now we call it dedicated SQL pool. First, we'll create separately. Then in the next video, we'll try to create through the Azure Synapse so that we could understand what exactly is the difference, if there is. All right, so let me share my screen and take you through with the steps how we create it, what things are required, and let's get started. See my screen now? Alrighty, so what we need to do, as I showed you before, if we type here SQL dedicated SQL pool, name has changed, formerly SQL data warehouse. Let's create this one first. In this video, we'll try to uh, create this one first, and in the next video, we'll do the snaps. So you find it very similar or familiar whenever we create any other resource, especially the SQL, Azure SQL. So we need to have a resource group for any resource. Let me call it DWRG, maybe representing data warehouse. We need to give a SQL name. We can call it data warehouse SQL. Now you see this server, just like Azure SQL, we need to have a logical server to manage certain settings on the centralized way that we can do, just like in Azure SQL. So SQL DW server, if that works, you see this is still spinning. EastUS is fine with us. SQL authentication is good with us. Oh, it's already in use. So what we do, we just put 001. And hopefully this is unique. If not, it seems like it's not, then we'll change the name again. It's fine. Now, we also need to give the server admin and the password, just like as I said in Azure SQL, right? Whenever we create Azure SQL database, we need to have SQL server, logical server there as well. Okay, so we are almost done except the name. And this is all set. We can click on OK. Now there's nothing as of now which is surprising or shocking. It's pretty much same. Now there is something new which is coming, which is performance level, which is measured in form of DW, which is data warehouse unit. If you click on select performance level, it is just like DTU in Azure SQL, which is now legacy, and vCore is the future way. So this is how the performance level is calculated in data warehouse. It is data warehouse unit. If you click here, you'll see right here, data warehouse units. And this is the same way we are measuring the performance level in Azure Synapse as well. And if you see, this is just the combination of CPU, memory, and IO. So as per the requirement, we can choose our DW, and it is quite transparent. And apply, as you can see, this much hour, this will cost me per hour. Okay, now in the networking, we have the usual option like any other PaaS service. Then we can go, we can have a public endpoint, private, but it's fine. Then we have additional settings where if you want to restore from the backup or if you want to play with the sample. There is Azure Defender for SQL is also available, which is security, and we don't need it right now. It would be pretty costly for us because we are not learning Defender. We are learning data warehouse or dedicated SQL pools. But it's good to know Defender is now available for the SQL. Just need to click review and create. And the good thing is you can also connect to your dedicated SQL pool through SSMS, SQL Studio, right? So let's wait while it is, it will take a minute or two. So let's wait. There we go. It has been created now. Let's click on go to resource. Now you see, even this seems pretty familiar because Azure SQL, I've mentioned so many times Azure SQL. Anyways, it doesn't matter. It will help you to relate and learn better. As you can see, these settings are also familiar. Now, if you go here at the point, you can restore it. This is something I just wanted to inform you. You can pause your compute and save some money if you're not running any queries or analyzing anything on the data warehouse, right? We have already discussed this part in the previous video as well. Now, if you click on SQL Server, you'll find some settings like Elastic Pool, database, new dedicated SQL pool if you need, right? And if we go to, I'm just looking for one more option here. Rest everything is same, firewall and virtual network. This is what I was looking for because we have not added any IPs here. Why I'm saying this, because if you remember, I told you we do have SSMS. No, I downloaded it, but I think I forgot to install it. If I go to downloads, there we go. So we can connect to our SQL data warehouse with the help of SSMS. The same way we can connect to Azure SQL. The only thing we need to be aware is firewall, network firewall. So it's nothing new. You can simply use the same Azure SQL credential like I was using AZ admin, right? It is compatible with the private endpoint. It also gives you TDE, transparent data encryption, along with your key or the key provided by Azure. Here we can have the databases because we are in the SQL Server. This one is that we have created. Okay, and if I go back to data warehouse, this is our unit that we have got it. All right, so that's pretty much about it. And see, if you're looking at closely, you'll find new Synapse workspace. If you click here and you continue, we'll do that in the next video where we'll be creating the Azure Synapse. It will give us the separate window as a workspace. Right now, it's asking us to create one because this one is the dedicated pool that we have created outside the Synapse. All right, so let's meet in another video where we'll be creating Azure Synapse and continue the series learning more about the data warehousing. Thank you for watching. You have a good day. Bye-bye.